Have you ever been told to avoid pressure because of your pelvic floor? Maybe you've stopped lifting, stopped running, or even become nervous about coughing or sneezing or having a poo. What if I told you pressure isn't actually the enemy? Hello, I'm Lara Jezeph, and I'm passionate about helping women understand their bodies without the fear. Because once you understand your body, you can start trusting it again. And today we're talking about pressure. So let's experience pressure together first. I want you to feel it in your body. So placing one hand on your tummy, take a deep breath in and out. You can also place one hand on your perineum because I want you to feel pressure if you're coming down into your pelvic floor as well. So take a deep breath in again, breathing out. Now laugh, stand up from your chair. Cough, you have just created pressure. You didn't have to think about it. Your body did it automatically. See, you're already brilliant at creating pressure. So pressure is everyday life. Your body creates pressure every time you breathe. You cough, you sneeze, you laugh, you shout across the room 3 more times because no one actually heard you. You pick up your shopping, how you lift your children, how you stand up, how you exercise, how you go to the toilet. Pressure isn't something we've invented in the gym. It's part of being human. So why do some symptoms happen? And here's where I think it's where we've got a bit confused. Pressure, it hasn't changed. What's changed is actually our body's ability to manage it. So, for example, pregnancy, birth, menopause, surgery, pain, posture, fatigue, hypermobility, constipation, previous injuries. These can all influence how our body responds to load. Not because our body's broken, because it's adapting. So pressure isn't just a pelvic floor thing. And you may hear pressure discussed alongside conditions like prolapse, abdominal hernias, haemorrhoids, and some back conditions, including disc problems. And that doesn't mean pressure is the sole cause of those conditions. It just means tissues all experience load, and how your body distributes and manages that load is just one part of that picture. The pelvic floor isn't managing pressure on its own. There's so much more to it. We've got our diaphragm, our abdominal muscles, our back, our hips, our glutes. They're all part of the same team. And if you've watched the first episode, you'll see the graphic and me explaining about that whole team. Capacity changes. So think about pregnancy. Over 9 months, our body has adapted and grown a human. Then after we birth it, it's suddenly asked to manage pressure in a completely different way again. Or think about recovering from surgery or menopause or returning to exercise after time away. Our capacity isn't fixed. It changes throughout life. And the exciting part is capacity can be built. And I want to talk about your body clues now. You may have heard me in the past talk about a car and how it tells us what it needs, like it flashes up the oil light or the petrol light or the other lights that I don't know what they mean, but they're telling us what it needs. And our body is the same. And one of the biggest things I've learned is that our body is constantly communicating with us. So I call these the body clues. Simple. They're not signs about our body failing. They are invitations to become curious. So body clue number 1, am I gripping more than I need to? For me, it is, I'm recovering glute gripper, recovering ab gripper. And they weren't trying to ruin my day. They're just trying to help me because I'm hypermobile. Body clue number 2, am I holding my breath? Now, number 3, how do I recover afterwards? Do I bounce back, or does my body tell me I did a little bit too much today? For example, I went to a weight training session and I felt really heavy in my pelvic floor afterwards. I was worried, but then 2 hours later, maybe, no symptoms again. It was just that muscle fatigue. Body clue number 4, do my symptoms settle again? Feeling a bit heavier after a long day. Maybe you're carrying your child in the carrier and you went for a long walk. It doesn't automatically mean you've damaged yourself, but if symptoms have settled, then that's another clue of how your body is coping. Body clue number 5, where is my body trying really hard at the moment? Like my jaw, am I clenching down? You know your jaw is linked to your pelvic floor. Is there tension in my shoulders at the moment? My tummy, like I mentioned, my glutes, my pelvic floor. None of those are failures. They're just clues. Now, I want to talk about bucket thinking. Please don't become a sponge. This may sound a bit weird to you. When we're scared, we soak up every piece of advice we hear. Like we research. And then one person says, never squat. Another says, lift heavy. One says, do Kegels. Another says, never do Kegels. It's exhausting. I have been in that whirlwind. So instead, be a bucket. Collect information, pop it in your bucket, learn, be curious, then ask, what fits my body, my goals, and where I am right now? You don't have to keep everything in the bucket. Just take out the things that serve you today and leave the rest there, instead of being a sponge and absorbing everything and just dealing with the overwhelm of not actually really knowing what works for your body. And if there's one thing I'd love you to remember from today, is pressure isn't the problem. Your body creates pressure every single day, as we've learned, because that's how we're designed to move. The goal isn't to avoid pressure. The goal is to build a body that can manage it with confidence and become a bucket, not a sponge. Stay curious about your body clues, build your capacity, and remember, understanding your body is often the first step towards trusting it again. And if you've just realized you've been holding your breath for the last 8 minutes while watching this, congratulations! You've just found your first body clue, and I'll see you in the next episode.